Madam President, Your Honors, by way of an opening statement, we convey the views and concerns of the 497 victims authorized to participate in these proceedings. At the outset, Your Honors, we communicate the very deep disappointment of the victims at the decision allowing Rodrigo Duterte not to be present in this stage of confirmation of charges. The sight of Mr. Duterte being read and being confronted with the grave and horrible charges against him would have constituted a vital component of justice for the victims. This case symbolically represents the last boat that the victims can board to go on a journey in search of justice for their loved ones who were brutally killed upon the orders of Mr. Duterte. If this chamber prevents the boat from sailing by not confirming the charges, the victims will forever be moored in an island where the nights are filled with the screams and cries of their massacred loved ones. There is absolutely no other recourse for the victims. No less than former Philippine Justice Secretary Crispin Remulla admitted just a few months ago that the door to domestic justice is permanently closed for victims of the Duterte extrajudicial killings. Remulla declared, and we quote, "It is difficult to prove the case here and build up the case because those who need to speak are involved in the crime. There's nothing, not even a police report. You don't have a scene of the crime, you don't have ballistics, you don't have DNA." Remulla further declared, and I quote, "Everything that could be erased was erased so that the cases would not push through. That is why this has reached the ICC." Under the Philippine justice system, Your Honors, no criminal case can reach the courts unless they are initiated and filed by the Department of Justice or the Office of the Ombudsman. From Justice Secretary, Remulla has been appointed as Ombudsman. So the two gatekeepers of justice are successively occupied by a ranking official who has declared that there is absolutely no hope for domestic justice for the victims. If the charges are not confirmed in this case, one of the gravest concerns of the victims is that Mr. Duterte will return to the Philippines as a conquering hero. He will resume preaching his gospel of impunity. In fact, if Mr. Duterte could threaten to slap the judges of this court, which he did while he was president, this chamber should imagine the kind of terror-filled threats and the violent actions that can easily be used against the victims if the suspect walks free from this court. If the charges are not confirmed, it is a very serious concern of the victims that Mr. Duterte will be portrayed in history by his multitude of followers as the leader who vanquished the ICC and who cleansed his country of 30,000 rapists, murderers, and dangerous criminals, which were the scornful words he sweepingly used against all those who were killed in his murderous spree. Your Honors, Mr. Duterte has been in detention here in The Hague for almost a year now, but there has been no peace and rest for the victims. From the time their loved ones were killed and continuously up to this time, they lived in constant fear for their lives. The arrest and detention of Mr. Duterte has not stopped impunity in the Philippines. The virus of impunity that he spread all over the country has become a cancer that has metastasized, infecting millions of Filipinos. Mr. Duterte has created clones of himself. He converted millions of peace-loving citizens into bloodthirsty disciples who have become converts to the belief that violence and killings are valid solutions to societal problems. The killings masterminded by Mr. Duterte continue to have consequences for the victims even to this day because of his clones. These mini Dutertes harass, threaten, or commit outright violence against the victims and their families. As shown by the number of victims participating in this proceeding so far, many still fear to come out and tell their stories of how their lives became a living hell as a result of Mr. Duterte's crimes, and because they are constantly terrified of being targeted with violence by Duterte fanatics. Many victims have been hesitant to participate in this ICC case because they live in communities that thrive with Duterte clones. They see the halls of power of their country teeming with Duterte disciples. They see and hear senators, congresspersons, mayors, governors, and powerful public figures who are mini Dutertes. The daughter of Mr. Duterte is the vice president, and she has just recently declared that she is running for president in 2028. One Duterte son is a congressman. Another is the Davao City mayor, and his grandchildren occupy positions of power. The plague of impunity has spread not only among Filipinos in the Philippines, but even among expatriate Filipinos in faraway lands like here in The Hague. When we reported to the victims that we, their external legal representatives, feel like fugitives.
Apologies, Counsel, it's 11 o'clock.
When we reported to the victims that we, their external legal representatives, feel like fugitives who avoid our own countrymen here in The Hague,
Merci beaucoup.
Thank you very much, Council. We will now take a half-hour break as provided for in the schedule, and you shall resume your remarks at 11:30. These are the rules that are set in the schedule, which was set in paragraph 18 of the decision.
Ayan mga kapuso, kasalukuyan pong nag-break ang confirmation of charges hearing dyan sa International Criminal Court. Balikan natin si Dean Raul Pangalangan. Dean, your thoughts. Dito muna tayo sa ginawang pagbabasa ng charges ni Deputy Prosecutor Mame Niang. You were writing notes. Ano ba yung mga takeaways niyo so far?
Well, as expected, he identified the important points. The first, of course, is the commission of the crime charged, which is murder. But I think what is significant is we call it the mode of attribution, how to link the crime to the accused, Duterte here. And we should also see that nexus applied to the other people listed in the document containing the charges, Bato, Bongo, Aguirre et al. And it is significant that the evidence that he is citing are actually statements from Duterte himself. This is no different from the decision of the pretrial chamber when it denied his request for interim release. All they had to quote was Sara Duterte saying that they would help him get away from the court's prison. So sa akin, it's quite significant that the evidence against him are his own words. These are fully recorded, and I'm pretty sure they will be presented in evidence.
Alright. Dean, mamaya pag-usapan rin natin yung kalahati no nung naging pahayag ng Common Representative na si Attorney Butuyan. Pero bago po niyan, hingi po muna tayo ng report mula kay Maris Umali na nariyan po sa The Hague. Maris?
Hindi po dumalo ang dating Pangulo pero naroon ang kanyang abogado na si Attorney Nicholas Kaufman. Ayon kay Kaufman, at nakita rin mismo natin na nasa public gallery yung mga Pilipinong abogado ni Duterte kasama sina dating Executive Secretary Salvador Medialdea, Attorney Salvador Panelo, Martin Delgra III, Silvestre Bello III, Alfredo Lim Jr. at Cesar Dulay. Sa simula po ng pagdinig, nagbilin si Judge Julia Motok. Kailangan daw respetuhin ang itinakdang oras para magsalita ang lahat ng panig. Kailangan concise ang kanilang mga paglalahad at hindi dapat paulit-ulit. Iwasan ang pagbanggit ng mga pangalan ng mga biktima o witnesses at gamitin lamang ang kanilang code. Ito ay gagawin sa open session pero maaaring humingi ng private session kung kailangan para maiwasan ang pagsapubliko ng confidential information. Binasa po sa session ang akusasyon laban kay Duterte na crimes against humanity of murder and attempted murder. Si Duterte ay inaakusahan bilang indirect co-perpetrator mula November 2011 hanggang March 2019 ng pagsasagawa ng common plan laban sa mga kriminal. Siya daw ang nagdisenyo ng policy para in-neutralize ang mga kriminal, pagtatag at pamamahala sa tinaguriang Davao Death Squad, pag-uutos ng pagpatay at ibang marahas na hakbang laban sa mga umano'y kriminal gaya ng drug dealers at users, pagbibigay ng armas at pag-appoint ng mga tauhan para maisagawa ang plano, pagbibigay ng insentibo at promosyon sa mga police officers at hitmen para patayin ang mga kriminal, pagbuo ng sistema para protektahan ang mga perpetrators, pagsasalita sa publiko na inootorisa niya ang mga pagpatay, pagpangalan sa mga high-value targets na ang ilan ay napatay kalaunan. Sa opening statement po ng prosekusyon, tinukoy ng prosecutor ang mga pahayag ni Duterte noong kampanya para sa pagkapangulo na kapag nahalal siya bilang Pangulo, uutusan daw niya ang militar at ang pulisya na paghahanapin niya ang mga drug lords at ipapapatay sila. Sa isa ring TV interview noong 2016, sinabi ni Duterte na iuutos niya ang kanila raw execution sa loob ng 24 oras. Nang maging Pangulo, pinangalanan niya sa publiko ang mga umunoy illegal drug trader. Nagbigay din siya ng shoot-to-kill order at nilista bilang accomplishment ang listahan ng mga napatay. Sabi pa nila may operational control si Duterte sa mga nagpapatupad ng common plans sa buong bansa. May kapangyarihan siyang pigilan o suspindihin ang kanilang operasyon kung gustuhin niya. Sa katunayan, 2 beses niya itong ginawa at nang mangyari ito, bumaba ng husto ang bilang ng mga patayan.